If you're going to start a restaurant, what are the other types of restaurants available? What are the types of cuisines available? Mexicans, Chinese, Indian, and what are the customers in need of? Latest family. Starting up a laboratory is a very tedious process, and you need to follow certain steps very meticulously to have a very good successful laboratory business. A few of you has asked us, from where should I start? What are the points to start from scratch to build up a laboratory business? And this video is going to give few noting points which you need to follow from the first to start your laboratory business. There are a lot of points, and the first and foremost point is that you have to decide upon your services. See, there are a lot of type of laboratories. If you take a medical laboratory, the first thing which comes to your mind is the blood and the urine testing laboratories. Apart from this, you have the molecular laboratory, and if you go on to the industrial segment, that is a very untouched, and has a very high potential. The type of laboratories you can set up in the industrial mode is the air quality checking laboratory, the water testing laboratory, and this of course has a high potential. If you don't know about this, if you are a microbiology expert, you can also explore the options in these fields. And the most important thing in this point is you need to define what type of services you're going to give through your laboratory, what is the type of laboratory you're going to set up, and who are your customers, from where you're going to get the samples. This is going to form the backbone of your laboratory business. Without knowing this, just having a space or an investment amount, starting a laboratory, sometimes by fluke basis, by luck basis, you can have a successful business, but you don't know where to go next, how you're going to scale up. All these points will be a question mark if this basic question is not answered from your point of view. Going on to the second point of setting up your laboratory is the collection of information. Once you know, and once you have zeroed down to what type of services or what type of laboratory you want to start, you have to gather the information of how to set it up, what are the licenses, what are the laws pertaining to it, what kind of investments you need to pull in, what type of machines you need to get for your laboratory. All this information you can get a bird's eye view from of course the Google, and apart from that, you can speak to expert people, your colleagues, get information, and most importantly, you can also have a consultation from the consultancy experts like the blood test consultancy, where you get all the information of setting up a laboratory. Going on to the third point is zeroing down the investments. Once you know and once you have all the information, you need to know how much of investments you're going to pull and what are the type of investment, whether you're going to self-fund it, whether you're going to take banking assistance or investor assessment. If you're going to take on the banking assistance, you have again two things. One is the mission loans which you get, and other one is the project itself. For the project itself, you can get funding from these banking assistance and also from the investors. So look into all these investment options and also divide your money into what is going to go into the initial investment, what is going to go into the scaling up, and also running your laboratory for the first 3 to 6 months when you start getting profits from your laboratory. Going on to the next important point of setting up your laboratory is the consideration of the proper place. I have already given a lot of information in choosing the right place and how to choose the place for your laboratory. I'm also giving the description of the same above, the link of that video. Kindly see that to get more information on choosing the location, place, and the space, that is how much of square feet and all is needed for setting up the laboratory. Apart from this, in this video, an extra additional point which I'm going to give you is the feasibility of the location. Studying the feasibility of the location and then organizing your laboratory is a very major point in having a successful laboratory business. Even if you're going to start a restaurant, for example, what you have to do is once you have zeroed down to a location, you study what are the other types of restaurants available, what are the types of cuisines available, Mexicans, Chinese, Indian, and what is the lag which they have, and what are the customers in need of. So these all comes into the feasibility, and then you cater to your customers' need and the uniqueness of your laboratory by choosing and knowing the feasibility of your location and place. Going on to the next important point of setting up your laboratory is the machines and licensing. So you have all googled up, you have taken the expert advice. Now you have to choose the machines very, very wisely. Why am I insisting in this point is a large chunk of your investment money will be going into this machine or the instrument investment. So choosing the machine wisely, whether you're going to have a second-hand machine, a refurbished machine, or a premium quality machine, because on the go you need to cater to your customers, you need to have a profitable running. So everything depends upon what are the type of investment and the regular amount of money you're going to bring into your laboratory business, and also for the scaling up. So choosing your machines very wisely is one of the important point, and along with that, at this stage only, you have to also know what are the different type of licenses and accreditations for your laboratory. If you're going to start a blood and urine testing laboratory, you need to know your country laws, you need to know your licenses, accreditations for going and speaking to the customer. For example, you have a corporate customer, they might have a specific need or a licensing which your laboratory has to cater for if you need to have them as your customer. So all these things you have to study and start processing all these licenses and accreditations to get into the right track of laboratory business. Coming to the last point of setting up your laboratory, and the most important point is the staffing of the laboratory. See, investment is one part and recurrent expenses of your laboratory is another part. In the recurrent expenses of your laboratory, giving salary to your employees is a major thing, and here you have to choose wisely your employees. First, what you have to do is you have to note down what are the job roles in your laboratory, and after that, whichever role has most importance, give them a person, a profile separately, and other job roles you combine and you choose profiles who have the multitasking capability, so that for a small or mid-sized laboratory you don't need 5 to 6 persons. If you're not from a medical background, or if you are a very startup, if you don't do any homework in this segment, what will you do? Even for a 10 lakh investment of lab, you would put a receptionist separately, you would put a phlebotomist, you would put a technical person, you would put a person to collect the home collection samples, and a person for the marketing. Do you think so many persons are needed for a small to mid-sized laboratory? Only fools will be doing it. Don't do this mistake. Do the homework, select profiles for your laboratory very, very wisely, so that they are multitasking. And in this topic, I have given a video separately of choosing the manpower wisely for your laboratory, and the link is above. Kindly go to that video and see that video also to have a much more clarity upon choosing the manpower of your laboratory. And this is about the starting up of the laboratory. If you like my videos, kindly subscribe my channel, like my channel, and also if you want to share anything, write on the comment section below. And all our details of you contacting us is here, our email ID, our website, and also our WhatsApp number. If you wish to contact us for more guidance and consultancy, we are ready to help you out. Signing off, Dr. Lalita Singh.